This technique is going to help you stop procrastinating, help you study, and help you get a lot more things done in your day. Today, I want to talk about a concept that I introduced in my free ebook about procrastination, which you can download from the link below. So, in here, I came up with this term called the side dish challenge, right? So, my whole procrastination book, the theme is brain recipes, so it's a food theme because I love food. If you're like my wife, you like fries more than you like burgers. And if you're like me, you like mashed potatoes more than turkey during Thanksgiving dinner. So, the concept of side is really attractive to a lot of people, right? That's why there are so many terms that are associated positively when you combine it with the word side, like sidekick, sidecar, side hustle. You get the drift, right? Side something is always a kind of a cool thing. So according to Dr. Ellie Anderson, who teaches philosophy in Pomona College and is the host of Overthink podcast, says that consciousness has an ability to be in multiple places at once, right? So you are in your room or at school, wherever, and you're watching this video. So you are present physically, and at the same time, you are inside of me in this virtual room of this video having a conversation, well, one-sided conversation with me. Your consciousness has this ability to be in multiple places. That's the fundamental kind of basis for the side dish mindset. With that, a really interesting aspect of your brain is its relationship with restrictions. Restrictions is something that your brain really hates. Your brain hates feeling forced and being backed into a corner. But at the same time, when it comes to problem solving and creative solution making, confines and restrictions are what really make it thrive. That's why Rubik's Cubes are fascinating to a lot of people, right? It's a very confined sort of a system that you approach with technique and skill. That's why jigsaw puzzles are fun. That's why brain teasers are fun, because there's all these restrictions that your brain is trying to creatively overcome. So the side dish challenge is an amalgamation of these two concepts: consciousness's ability to be present in multiple times and the brain's relationship to confines and restrictions. So what I propose is when you make a determination to do an activity, your brain is going to start resisting because it doesn't like being forced to do something against its will. So you take advantage of your brain's concurrency and you start tackling another issue on the side. This already happens to you. You try to do something and then you get distracted because your brain says, oh, this is something else that's important to do, right? So what I'm proposing is instead of trying to do this thing that you really don't want to do and you're procrastinating on and then getting distracted by Netflix and screens and TikToks and Instagram or whatever, I say watch Netflix. You force yourself to watch a complete series on Netflix. Force yourself to finish this movie that you've been eyeing forever. And when you do that, your brain is gonna start to wander in different things. And so I want you to be distracted by the thing that you're procrastinating on. So your brain can do both, right? Before, when you were focusing on the main task, that main task is so unattractive because you're forcing your brain to make that your primary focus. I'm flipping it around. I'm saying make the distraction, make what you would normally be distracted by the primary focus. You'll be really surprised at how attractive this thing that you've been procrastinating on is starting to sound. Another place where you can apply this is when you're waiting, right? Waiting is your brain fixed on this future event that hasn't happened yet. And your brain is restricted by that, right? So if you're waiting for your plumber to arrive between 3 and 5, you are free to do whatever you want from 3 to 5, but at the same time, you're bound by your plumber's arrival. So if you're waiting for something, then it's a really good time to start distracting yourself with the task that you're procrastinating on. So if you have a flight and you're just waiting for time to pass and the plane to fly, that's a really good time to do your procrastinated activities, right? If you're cooking something on the slow pot would be a good time to start reading that book you've been eyeing on. So this whole approach of flipping the tables on what you want to do versus what you're distracted by, I name the side dish mindset, and I suggest you try it if you want to tackle your procrastination problem. For more brain food and content like this, subscribe to my channel, and I hope you have a wonderful day.